Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an absolutely riveting video tutorial on how to code a calculator on Scratch. So I'm going to assume that you have used Scratch before, but if you haven't, just bear with me. We'll pick up a few things as we go along, and I'll try and make sure that we all know what we're doing here. So really cool little opportunities to hide a little bit of numeracy in today's lesson. So up here we've got all of our different programming options, and the first thing that we're going to program today are our three variables. So we're going to be making a calculator, and there are three parameters. First one that we want to set up is called first number. The second one is called second number. And lastly, click on make a new variable again. We have answer, and you can see that these variables have popped up here, and they've also come up into this little window here, which is actually a live feed. Now I'm going to spread these guys out, so there's a little bit of a logical order, but we also need to position them in specific XY coordinates. So as I run my mouse over here, you can see in the bottom right hand corner of this little screen here, there's actually X and Y coordinates depending on where my mouse is. So first number is positioned at X minus 222, Y 162. Okay, now ideally I'd like it at X minus 200. So I've got to find that, and Y 160, so about there. Now I'm just going to leave you to read those X and Y coordinates and then position the second number and the answer when you like. Alright, now I've just quickly gone and repositioned the answer and second number. So I'll give you a bit of an opportunity to do that later on, but first of all what we want to do is we want to paint a new sprite. Now a sprite in Scratch simply means a character or an object, so if I go here, choose a new sprite, you can see I've got all these wonderful little animals here. Some of them are self-portraits and they're all looking very lovely. Beautiful little whale here. Doesn't have to be animal based, there's a whole range of different things that you can import, and they could be objects, they could be buttons, whatever it is. You can also go here, click on random sprite, and actually got sprite 2 there, so that was a little bit boring. They could have given me anything like a grasshopper, but they gave me another cat. For the calculator, believe it or not, we don't actually need a mammal on the screen, so I've deleted that, and I'm going to click new sprite. What we need to do is create some buttons. The first button we're going to create is the addition button, so I'm going to create a circle, so a little bit of basic geometry here. Created a round circle. To make that a perfect circle, just hold shift. Then I want to click on this light blue, the bucket tool. We fill that circle. It's a lovely, lovely shade of blue. Fantastic. Now I've just clicked on the text tool. You can grab this black box here and drag it to anywhere you like on the screen. And then I'm literally typing in the addition symbol. I'm going to change the size to 48. A little bit carried away there and went 60. And then I'll try and center that as best as possible. And then you can see I've created a new button here. And it's actually called Sprite 1, but I want to change that to addition, and that way we're getting in a little bit of terminology too. So, and that comes up down here, it's labeled as addition. If I want to move that around, I can just click on it. Otherwise, I can duplicate it, I can delete it, I can grow it, which is enlarge it, or I can shrink it. To enlarge it, you click on that enlarge button, and then you just hit this, and every time you click it, it'll get bigger. I'm going to leave you guys to create the next three buttons. So we've got an addition, now we need a subtraction, a multiplication, and a division. So I'll give you a few seconds to do that. It's the exact same process as creating the addition button, and really I'm just going to bore you if you have to wait for me to do that. So I'm going to quickly create them all now. Okay, so I've got my four beautiful sprites here. I've labeled them all addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And now we need to create one last button. Not a butterfly, sorry, we need to create one. So I'm just going to get a rectangle here, make it nice and big. Again, I'm going to give it a lovely shade of blue using the old fun bucket over there. And then text box again, and we're creating a start clear button, okay, which is really important for our calculator. And then I'm going to move him down here. So we've got all of the sprites we need. I'm just going to rename him, start clear. And you can see that'll pop up now. Now we're going to write our first line of code. So hopefully we're going to make this work really quickly and easily. So Start Clear button over here. Make sure you highlight it on the actual Start Clear button, and we want to go to Control. So we want when Start Clear is clicked. So you're just getting that with a left mouse click, dragging it across. If you've grabbed the wrong one, that's fine. You can right click it and go delete, or you can actually pick it up and drag it back over there. So when Start Clear is clicked, we want to go to the sensing. So all of these are divided into different areas, different programming areas. We want ask, what's your name? But we don't actually want to ask what's your name. We want to ask enter first number. So even though the program says ask, it can be a statement. So obviously in this one here, it's a statement or a command. So when Start Clear clicked, ask, enter first number and wait. Then we need to go to our variables and we want set answer to. Okay, so probably didn't explain that, but when they have this little indent here, the program has a little indent, look, they just snap on. All right, now we are creating an algorithm and a formula, so we need to make sure that we're putting this in a logical order. If we were to swap these around, it wouldn't work. Okay, so we need to be really clear and precise in what we're commanding our calculator to do. So the next one needs to say set, and then you've got a little drop down box here. Let's click first number, 2, and then we're going to go to sensing, and we're going to drag answer across, and you can see that box highlights. So that box highlights like that, you can let go, and it slots in nicely there. So we've created our first little command. We want to duplicate that. Alright, so you can see here I'm having a bit of fun. Alright, so I just wanted to duplicate the pair, and I went the long way around that. So you've got ask, enter first number. So we want the second blue one to be ask, enter second number. Okay, then set first number, we want it to say set second number. Okay, and what that means, you can see there's stuff happening over here in the live feed. But what it means is, so if we go Start Clear, it says enter first number, we type in a digit, I press enter, and it reads automatically in first number. It now says enter second number, type in some more lovely digits there, I press enter again, and that's all popping up live. We still haven't coded an answer, but we've coded those first variables, first number and second number. So we're off to a flyer so far. Now we need to code those buttons. So the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication, and the division. So I click on the addition to start with, and again we're going to go to Control when addition is clicked. So when you press that, I'm going to go to Variables, set answer to. Okay, we've got this little white patch over here. We're going to fill it with an operator. So in here we've got all these different operations. We want the addition. Okay, so we're starting to come up with this formula, this code here. So set answer to something plus something. Now it doesn't finish there because we need to add those variables, first number and second number. So if we jump back over here to our screen, first number 737 plus second number 4848. Okay, so that's not going to work just yet, I don't think. Oh yeah, it does. So that's already coded. So the answer then is 5,585 for those that were playing at home. So we need to repeat this line of coding for subtraction, multiplication, and division. So it's the exact same line of code, but rather than the addition, you're going to swap it for a different operator. Okay, so rather than me boring you and doing all of that on the camera, I'll come back with one I prepared earlier. Okay, I think I've now coded all of this correctly. So each button is now, or each sprite now has its own line of code. Now I can click up here, presentation mode, and go Start Clear, enter first number, 787. I've pressed enter, 555. Okay, now I'm going to choose multiply, and there's the lovely answer there. So my calculator works. If you don't trust your own calculator, code another one and test it out. But that seems to be working. So well done, you've made it this far. If you want to learn how to personalize it, just click on the next video, because when we personalize it, that's when the students really can get engaged and create their own calculator to suit their interests. But thanks for making it this far with me and tolerating me for the best part of 10 minutes.